Hello and good morning from Hamburg in Germany. This is Jonathan Quell Higgins III with a quick one about a special James Bond watch that I've seen. I've just seen another channel covering James Bond watches, which is good to see. However, I would appreciate a little bit more research on the watches that people are talking, particularly when it comes to James Bond. It's not that easy as just Googling James Bond watches and then reading the list. Now, what I'm talking today, and it's going to be a quick one because I just wanted to um, uh, to to put the record straight. No, why isn't that okay? Fantastic. I messed this up. I have to open a Google tab again. Give me a second. Okay, here we. No, I want the Google Chrome. I don't want the Safari because I can't present that. New window. Okay, let's open a new window. Bear in mind, you all know how bad I am with those things. Okay, let's hit present on the blog. So there was a story on Hodinky, but truth to be told, I was there live when this story broke. Now, you all know that Bond was wearing various watches in the Bond movies. In the first three, you can see a golden dress watch, by the way, which is not very likely not a Gruen. So some people are speculating on that, make it out as fact. It is very unlikely that Connery had a private Gruen or the production company had a Gruen watch. Gruen was an American maker. The Bond franchise back then was very British. And it's a pretty random gold dress watch that could be done by Omega, by Longines, by Girard-Perregaux, by everyone. So people who are pointing that it was a Gruen out of as sounding as a fact is not true. Other than that, we can see the Big Crown Rolex Submariner 6538 on Connery's wrist. First with a crocodile strap, later then with the undersized NATO strap. Maybe I'm going to cover that a little bit later. Today we're talking about Thunderball, the movie that brought the Bond franchise to a totally new level. And so after Goldfinger, which made a lot of money, the producers or the producers, Albert R. Broccoli and Harry Saltzman, were very confident in their franchise, and they spent a lot of money to make Thunderball, and it was a big smashing success because it was located in the US. So Thunderball certainly conquered the US market. Now we see Connery with a 6538, but we see here on in many scenes Connery wearing this particular watch that I have on the screen, and by screenshots it was later identified to be Breitling Top Time. Now you may say Breitling Top Time doesn't look like that at all, and you're totally correct. Now, in the script, in the story of the movie, this watch is a hidden Geiger counter that detects radioactivity. And the producers decided that Bond must have something different than a regular wristwatch. So, what they did is they commissioned a special outer case for the Breitling Top Time. Don't ask me why they chose the Breitling Top Time, that is unknown. But they decided to commission a special case for this watch, and that is what you see in the movie. Now, Thunderball was shot in 1965, if I remember correctly. So a long time has gone. People started to discover watches in the Bond movies, particularly when the DVDs and the Blu-rays came out, because then people could pause and zoom in the images, and like that, a lot of James Bond's watches have been identified. And I, I was I was one of the first ones who bothered to play Roger Moore James Bond movies on a videotape, and I took screenshots with my analog camera, then developed those images, zoomed in, and tried to find out which Seikos he wore. That was back in the 1980s. And then I cross-checked with eBay listings to find the particular watches that Roger Moore wore in his James Bond movies. But that is only a tangent. So identifying Bond watches goes back to those good days. I never really could identify the Breitling Top Time because I was very focused on Seikos. Now, let's move into the 2010s, if I remember correctly. I'm part of a James Bond forum, and very soon, or one day, somebody showed us an outer case for this watch. So he showed us a case that belonged to this particular watch. One second, here it is. So somebody showed us the outer case of this watch without the watch inside, if I remember correctly, and he asked us if that is of any value. And immediately all the radar signs went off, because people knew that or realized that this was something very familiar and very special. And so my good friend Ed Maggiani, who is really somebody very dedicated into identifying James Bond props, he took the helm. He contacted the guy. He told him that he had something very valuable. And at the end of the day, Ed was able to do some scans of the casing. And I think we recreated some of those cases based on those precise scans. And I think I should have one of those cases back then. Now, what did the James Bond producers or the special effect department do? They created that case with the outer bezel. What is very interesting is that hole, and that hole is a venting hole, because that casing was water resistant. And if you screw in the bezel, or if you try to remove the bezel of a totally water resistant case, you will have trouble, because the crystal will be pushed back in. So it had that ventilation hole in there. It was totally custom made. It even had an inventory number from Eon Productions. And this particular case has been sold then at a later point of time. And I'm showing you the auction. One second. Where is the auction? Okay, here's the auction. So Christie's were not very generous with pictures of this particular watch, but you can see the casing. It totaled with 103,000 British pounds in June 2013. I think the watch appeared again, or the casing appeared again, and even sold for more money. So what is interesting here, you can see a Breitling Top Time watch custom made for this casing, because they shaved off the lugs and parts of the case just to make it fitting for this special outer case. And so that comprised both items. I think the seller managed to find the corresponding Top Time watch. So, but now my entire point why I'm doing this is there are people saying Bond wore a Breitling Top Time and show the regular Top Time. This is not true. Bond wore this Top Time customized with an outer case, and that is the special thing that makes it so special. Here you can see a screenshot from the movie, and you can see the screenshot here of Connery wearing this watch. He never wore a regular Breitling Top Time on a leather strap. That is not true. So I hope that you learned a little bit out of that for now. So I think I made my point. I'm gonna research. I think we on the James Bond forum we have better pictures of this particular case, and if I'm able to find them, I'm gonna do another short live stream and show that here live. Thank you very much for listening. Please upvote and subscribe to my channel. Oh, I see Marcelo time here on the in the chats. I'm hearing, Marcelo, that your wife is gonna have a surgery. My best wishes and prayers for her. I hope that you guys are doing okay. Marcelo, my advice is to try to find somebody who fills a little bit the gap. Nobody can replace mommy. But you must have your restaurant running. I think that is very important, and you have to find a solution there. You can hire the Higgins, so if you pay the flight for my accommodation and a daily salary of $500, I'll be all yours. That was just a joke. Okay, thank you very much. See you another time. Thank you very much for the attention, and goodbye.